turn down some things here. That is rolling. We have input. We have output. AC, DC. Okay. Hey, look who we've caught up with again. I don't know how. It's amazing. Geoff Tate of Queensryche. Hey, Geoff.
Hi.
Hey, man. Oh, God, another round of Queensryche concerts coming up for the band after a little overseas trek that you have coming up. Tell us about that, Geoff.
Yeah, well, every summer we try to get over to Europe to do a series of shows and make appearances over there. So we're leaving in about a week. Good to go do that. Sorry, I'm not quite awake yet this morning.
I know it's early, man.
Slamming down tea. I recently quit drinking coffee, so I'm a little slow.
Oh yeah, what's the secret to that, man? I've never tried myself.
Yeah, well, it was 2 weeks of utter hell. But I'm feeling pretty good now.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody told me they have real weak coffee over in Russia, so I guess you won't be bothered by that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to miss out on that.
Is that a different tour then than the one you'll do in the States here coming up later this summer? Is that a different show?
Yeah, it's festival dates mostly. Europe has festivals that you play over there that have been. Most of the festivals you play over there have been going on for like 30 years. They're an every year kind of thing. So it's quite different than what we have in the States.
So is it more of like a greatest hits kind of show, or?
Yeah, you sort of just do a whole selection of different songs from different albums, that kind of thing.
Before you called, I was talking to a listener off the air, Kevin from Oxnard, who's a big Queensryche fan. Caught you with, I think you were opening for Chickenfoot. I don't know when it was, last year, at Gibson Amphitheater. And Kevin was quite complimentary, not only about the performance, but also of the sound of the band. He said the sound was just incredible, and to compliment Geoff on that. So. Oh
yeah, that's all my work.
No, but you guys work hard to recreate the records, right?
Yeah, we do on our end, but really, it's a tip of the hat to our sound man, our longtime sound man, Alan Miller, who's an incredible front of house sound man, and really takes it seriously and has multiple challenges because every venue, of course, is different.
Yeah.
But he does a fantastic job of recreating what we were doing on stage.
I guess the last time we talked too was right after American Soldier came out. And I had heard something, maybe it was just a rumor, maybe this is not true, but somebody had said that you were working on follow-up, another concept kind of album. Is that right?
Yeah, we're doing that right now. In fact, after I get off the phone with you, I'm in the studio the rest of the day working on that. And we started working on that about 6 months ago, and we're making headway on it. Every album, of course, takes a while to compose and to put together, but we're making good progress on it.
All right. Well, American Soldier was certainly an epic masterpiece, So, well,
yeah, it was pretty arty. We're going the opposite way on this one.
Oh, really? More of a kind of garage band kind of sound? Yeah.
Exactly. No art at all.
Did you know that there are Queensryche tribute bands out there?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, I had one in the studio performing live, and this is way before I even talked to you, or way before we even started playing Queensryche. And I don't know what, we were promoting a show, and they bought some advertising, and they demanded an interview, but they came in here and played live, and an acoustic Queensryche tribute. It was interesting.
Wow. Yeah. Did that turn you on to Queensryche then?
No, it wasn't, man. No, no, it was kind of weird, because I wasn't familiar with the material. And so I was even more confused after they played, but that's okay. Then you came along and straightened me out. So
it's kind of odd seeing people do your stuff, and very flattering, of course. And I'm glad that people are moved by the music enough to spend the time and energy to put together a tribute to the band. It's a wonderful thing, but it is odd sitting in an audience and hearing somebody perform your stuff, and a lot of times sound a lot like you. It's very odd.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, well, Club Nokia on the 23rd of July, and that will be the that'll be the cabaret show, right? Explain what that is, the Queensryche Cabaret.
Well, as I'm finding out, cabaret is not something that a lot of Americans are familiar with, but it's a very old form of entertainment that I believe sort of came from Europe in the turn of the century, and it's sort of like it's music and it's acting. It's a bit of vaudeville. It's a bit of cirque, a little bit of burlesque. It's kind of all mixed together, and so what we've done is kind of put our spin on it. And what we've done is taken songs from a lot of our albums and created a story out of the show. So there's a storyline that runs through it, and so I get to do a little acting, and it's pretty fun. In fact, it's an incredibly fun show. I got to say, it's probably the funnest show that we've ever done. It's very entertaining. There's performance artists that perform with us during the show, during the songs, and they kind of help tell the story along with us, of course. It's sort of. Did you ever see that film Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
It's like taking Moulin Rouge and mixing it up with Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's very over the top, very outrageous, pretty sexy show, really. There's jugglers and dancers and flamethrowers and fire eaters and all kinds of different things, and the audience really gets into it, and people come dressed up in outrageous costumes. It's kind of a bit like Mardi Gras in New Orleans too.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a really, really, really good time show. It's very different from any presentation we've ever done, where we tend to be a bit more serious. In our presentations, the music tends to be more serious, but we've taken a selection of our songs that aren't so serious, and we've turned them into this cabaret show, and it's going really well. We've performed it 7 times now, and I really look forward to performing the show because it is just a gas.
Sounds like something that's kind of be different every show, every performance be a little bit different. Huh?
Yeah, actually, it has been. It keeps growing and changing, and becoming more and more outrageous with each time we perform it. But we had to go out and find these performers. There's trapeze acts, and it's funny. We have a drag queen in our show, and across the country we try to pull different performers, from the region that we're performing.
Oh, okay.
But it's very difficult though, because you can't find these quality trapeze acts, aerialists. You can't find them.
I'm sure.
But just in a couple cities, across the whole country. But you can find a drag queen in every city. It's amazing.
Yeah, why is that? Well, it's kind of like the Cirque du Queensryche.
Yes.
Okay, at Club Nokia on July 23rd. And Geoff Tate, man, much continued success to you and the band, and looking forward to any target date for that new album, or
not yet.
Too soon to tell?
We'll probably know by the end of summer where we stand with it. That's our goal. We have quite a few shows this summer we're going to be touring with, so that always kind of puts a bit of a stall on the record. But
sure.
Probably by fall we'll have it mostly together, I guess. So sometime in a spring release, I would imagine.
Okay. Well, I want to wish you and the band definitely bon voyage as you head overseas in a couple of weeks here, and bring me back some vodka, man. No, I don't. No, that's okay.
Some vodka.
Aren't you playing? Aren't you guys playing in Moscow?
Yeah, we are.
Damn, that's huge, man. Jeez.
Yeah, Moscow's a cool city. It's very cosmopolitan and very, very dangerous.
Really?
It's kind of fun.
Oh.
It's fun to go to a dangerous city, because most cities, in the world these days, especially in the South America and Europe, Asia, they're pretty gentrified.
Yeah. Well, you're following in the foot.
You can't really find. It's not like the old days where you were risking your life if you stepped outside the hotel room. It's
right.
not like that anymore. But
yeah,
Moscow's a little different. It's still kind of the new frontier.
God, I can't imagine, man.
My dad's name is Perry.
Oh, that's right. You told me that last time. Yeah, he was a soldier in World War II. And what was he in the Japanese theater?
No, he was in Korea and Vietnam.
Oh, he's in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you don't hear that name very often. That's an unusual name.
No, I know. I think I was named after my mother's father's brother, uncle. So I don't know. Yes, I go by Perry in the morning. So it's kind of.
Yeah, my little sister, her name is Perry with it's Peri.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, yeah, Geoff, good to talk to you, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. Every time your concerts come up, there's nothing but praise from the listeners. So.
All right. Well, thanks for having me do the interview. I really appreciate it, Perry.
Hey, Geoff, do you want to just improvise like a quick liner? Hey, it's Geoff Tate from Queensryche, and you're listening to Perry in the Morning or something like that.
Sure.
Good, cool, man.
I like that, actually.
I'll play it over the intro of Silent Lucidity. Okay.
Hi, this is Geoff Tate from Queensryche. Wake up. It's Perry in the Morning.
Excellent. Well, you've done this before, huh?